Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn with Prasad. So I have come before you uh, to help you and to guide you to improve the talent of storytelling. Storytelling is an art, as singing is an art, as painting is an art. Storytelling is also an art. And I want everyone, especially those who are very much interested to speak in English fluently, you need to learn, you need to read few short stories. Okay, if possible, you can by heart it or make it your own. You can say it in your own words to attract the audience as well as to improve your speaking skills or communication skills. This is also part and parcel of your learning English so that you can speak very fluently, very enthusiastically, and you can attract the audience, as many audience as possible. Okay, so um, before entering into the secrets of storytelling, I want everyone to like and subscribe my channel, okay, and give your comments. First and foremost, crafting a compelling narrative. That is to say, start with a hook. You try to attract the audience. Okay. Attracting the audience is an interesting fact, thought-provoking question, or a personal anecdote. For example, have you ever been to a forest? Have you ever walked in the forest? Have you ever, walked in the darkness? Have you ever stayed alone when your parents were not at home? Like that, you can ask the audience. So some of the audience will say yes, yes. Some of the audience will say no. I never been alone. My parents are always with me, like that. Okay. And you can even ask, do you really like storytelling? Or what type of stories do you like? Okay. Some will like adventurous. Some will like horror or thriller. Some will like full of tragedy, sad stories, and comedy. Okay, full of humor and so on. So you create a clear structure. Before writing a story, you create a clear structure. What type of story am I going to write? Or what type of story am I going to say to the audience, like that? So in every story, there should be a logical sequence of events, one follow the other to build tension and convey your message. Okay. For example, a boy who lost his way slowly entered into a forest. Okay. He did not know. As he was playing, having a ball and playing, the ball rolled very fast. He ran behind the ball. Okay. And he entered into a forest. Like that. Okay. Show, don't tell. Instead of telling your audience what's happening, show them. Show a picture through descriptive language and sensory details. Okay, dark forest, that small boy was all alone in the forest. There were some noise. Okay, all of a sudden it was thundering, like that. You have to create a mood. Okay, developing relatable characters. Give them a clear motivation. What drives your characters? What their goals and desires make them relatable. Give your characters a kind of universal desire, hopes, and fears to help your audience connect with them. Okay. Sometimes in the story, you can give hope that someone is coming by car to save that boy who lost in the forest. Or sometimes you create a kind of sound. Okay. Like that, you tell there is a horrific sound and so on to help your audience connect with them. Your audience should be connected with the character. Okay, as if the character is frightened, as if the character is very happy, as if the character is with full of tension and anxiety and so on. Okay, with the words, you can play with the words when you say a story. Use foreshadowing. Hint at events that will occur later in the story to create anticipation and tension. Okay. For example, the boy who left his parents, you just tell the audience, I don't know whether the boy is going to reach home or the boy will be killed by lion, tiger, like that, and tell them that at the end they will come to know what happened exactly to the boy. Like that, you have to create a tension in the audience. Okay. Create conflicts and obstacles. Okay. All of a sudden, the boy falls. Okay. All of a sudden, 2, 3 jackals running pass by and so on. So your characters with obstacles and conflicts that test your and their ability. Their ability and resolve vary the pace control, the tempo of your story. Okay. Sometimes the audience, they imagine themselves what could be next, and so on. But you should think totally different from your audience. Okay. Next is using language and imagery. Okay. You have to use vivid description. Paint a picture with your words. A kind of picture is painted with your words. Okay. So that your audience will be at ease with that and use some similes and metaphors as strong as fast as, like that. Okay. Metaphor without using as or like, that is metaphor. Okay. Create a kind of complexity to your language with a figurative speech. Okay. Figurative language. Use dialogue effectively. Okay. As if someone is talking from the sky. Someone is talking behind a tree. Like that. Okay, so use conversation to reveal character traits, advance their plot, and create a kind of tension in the reader or the person who listens to a story. Okay, here we are editing and redefining. Know you are an audience. Tailor your story to your audience interest level of understanding and preferences. Create a kind of interest in the audience. What is going to be next? What is going to be next? What is going to be next? What will happen next? What at the end of the story, who is going to die or who is going to escape or who is going to win? Like that type of interest you have to create. And after writing the story, better revise and edit it. Refined her story through multiple drafts. Story writing is not that easy. Okay. First time we fail, second time we fail, like that. Okay. And many a times we may fail. Okay. Later on, we will become master of writing story or telling story. Okay. Ensuring clarity and coherence and consistency feedback. Share your story with the other. incorporate their feedback to improve your narrative. Okay. Slowly, slowly, you cannot, overnight, you cannot become the best story writer, but slowly, slowly, you can build up your capability or your ability or your talent to write story. Okay. So, dear audience, please do go through my explanation in creating a story, in crafting a compelling narrative, okay, in drafting a story. Once you write a story, revise them. Revise the story. Before writing story, okay, you need to read, okay, at least 10 different types of stories. Then only you get the interest to write a story. An accident can create a kind of storytelling atmosphere. An event, you can create a storytelling method. Okay, there should be a logical sequence. Okay, before you start writing a story, you think of it. What are you going to say exactly? What type of story are you going to say? Okay, how are you going to create a humor in the story? How are you going to create suspense in the story? How are you going to create a kind of fear or anxiety or tension in the hearts of the people, those who read the story? Like that. Okay, you have to write. There are scientific fiction also. Okay, story related to science, story related to rivers, forests, mountains, hills, and valleys, and so on. Story related to a student life of a student can also you can create a story. Okay, or a story related to a family. Okay, not a real family, just a family background, what type of story can be written. Okay, or a story is related to a leader. Okay, like that, there are different types of stories. Okay, tragic story, comedy, horror, okay, and full of humor, like that. You can think of it and then try to make up your mind, be logical, be the event should be coherent and logical, and there should be consistency in your writing story. Is that clear? Okay. So I am going to, in my next video, I will tell you a story, a very simple story I will tell you. Okay. Some of my 2 or 3 videos, I will tell you some stories. Those stories, some of you might have read or heard about it. And that's how a story stands. Okay. So all the best. Okay. Continue to improve your English through various ways, reading, speaking, writing, and so on. Okay. Listening, reading, speaking, writing. These things will help you to improve your communication skill. Okay. All the best. Like and comment my channel. Thank you for your cooperation. God bless you all.